Okay, I just plugged in my fridge to turn it on and get it ready to go. I'm going to give it about 10 minutes and then I'll bring out my food, load it up, and then we'll be ready to go. Good morning, adventurers, and welcome back to my channel. I'm still in my PJs. I'm doing my last minute stuff around the house, about to put myself together, and then we're off to an exciting adventure. I'm so excited. I've been waiting to say that for a while. Gonna do a once over of the van before I go to make sure I have everything. I've already checked. I think that all of my items are present and accounted for. Whew. I have been working and working and working to this moment. And so finally, I'm gonna try the new setup as I go to Colorado. And oh my gosh, I am very happy. I slept pretty well last night. There's always a little bit of nerves when it comes to getting back on the road because, you know, you're getting back out there and doing something that you have kind of gotten out of the routine of doing. And so it's just a routine change, but also I literally changed everything in my van. So last night, as I was kind of going through my checklist of things, I was going, okay, I think I have everything. I hope I have everything. I don't know how this is gonna work yet, but I think I'll be okay. I've been on the road off and on now for over 6 years. I started out, of course, in my tent. I would tent camp from place to place, and let me tell you, that was a lot of anxiety putting that together because whenever you start out doing something like that, especially going from one place to the next, the weather plays a big point in kind of humbling you as you go. One day could be great, the next day could be raining, and of course packing a soggy tent is not fun. But then I got to where I was in the van, and the van just made everything easier. And then I got to the van where I changed it up, and it made it even easier than that. And then I had my accident and had to take everything out and start all over. So it's kind of like a great equalizer. So that's where I'm at. But I'm going to go and get ready and pack up the last couple things that I have, which are usually like my laptop and my camera. And then I'll put stuff in the fridge and we'll be off. Whoo! I'm excited. Okay, almost finished. I have a couple more of these little boba drinks that I'm going to bring out here, and then everything is packed. I just have some staple items in here. I have like butter and chicken salad, and then I also have like some cheese because I always get at least one little thing of cheese. I have some almond milk and some chai tea. A lot of drinks in here because for the first leg I'm going to be going to an event. But this is just kind of how I pack, so it makes it a little bit easier. I also went ahead and changed. I still look kind of tired. That's okay though, because I'll start to perk up as I get going. But I have a couple more things I need to go grab, those other bobas, and then I'm ready. Goodbye, couch. Goodbye, chair. Goodbye, kitchen. Okay, it's time. It's time. I have my laptop right here. I have some hair ties. So, to the van I go. I'm so ready for this. I have been waiting literal months for this. And finally, I'm back on the road. Okay, starting off this journey, it's 86 degrees and it's still pretty decently early in the morning. I spent a little bit getting the house all better so that whenever I come home, it'll look exactly the same as whenever I left, and it'll be neat and tidy so I don't feel overwhelmed. And I think I've got everything. I went ahead and called my bank in advance to let them know I'm traveling. I went ahead and made sure that, of course, my tag, my insurance, everything like that was not only taken care of, but paid in advance. And on top of that, I went ahead and just took a couple days just to kind of try to rest so that I could be well rested before this trip. So with that, everything is in, and now I'm going to go say goodbye to my parents so they know that I'm taking off. And that way they can know that, hey, I'm not going to be here now. Please check on the house and the cats. So, with that said, all of that work has now gotten to a culmination of it's time to go. Every time I leave out, it's a new adventure, but this time especially because I'm trying out something completely new, and as I do, I get to see if this is going to work or not. If this works, I might implement some of the things that I have in the back in my long-term van solution. I'll probably change some things. I already know that. I'll be putting in my shelf if this becomes my new layout. And well, with that said, I think I'm just gonna not overthink it. I'm just gonna kind of live in the space, and we're about to take off. Ooh, first break. I stopped off in Vernon, Texas, where I'm gonna stop at a Walmart and get some gas. And also I need to go inside and see if I can find a couple things they didn't have at my local Walmart. So locking up, and let's go and explore. Whew. Okay guys, I am so hot. Wow. I just had the best conversation at Walmart ever. I'm kind of gross now because I was standing out in the sun for so long, but I'm gonna cool off and it's okay. The temp in the van though, the temp in the van is now very hot. 114, wow. Whew. So while I cool off, let's talk about it. This person that I met, it was a completely fluke encounter. I was doing some shop kicks, which is something that I do on my stretch breaks whenever I'm at like Walmart. It's just an app where you can scan stuff and then you get points. You can turn those points into gift cards. It's kind of like Fetch. It's just a good way to do some little stuff and to get you moving a little bit. So while I was doing that, this guy came by and he made a comment, and it was just like a funny comment. And then I saw him again whenever I left the store, and so I made a comment back to him. Again, just a funny, laughable comment. Little did I know that we were gonna stand out there for like 35 minutes and have a really amazing conversation. Apparently he's in the YouTube space also. He's just getting started. He does a gaming channel, and so that was really neat. But also, it gave us an opportunity to talk about business and life and motivation and inspiration. And it was just such a welcoming conversation. And so I really appreciate that. You know, I understand that a lot of people are kind of afraid of getting out and talking to people that they may not be familiar with. But one of the things that I always say is trust your gut. If you are talking to somebody and you start to feel uncomfortable, you can always walk away from the conversation. If you see someone and they kind of give you the heebie-jeebies, you don't have to start the conversation. But if you see someone and they're just welcoming and having a good vibe about them, don't be afraid. Just put yourself in a safe feeling position. For example, I was right by my personal van, right next to the store. So there are people who are working here who are literally standing outside. I knew I wasn't gonna get nabbed or anything. So I just had a conversation. I allowed myself to have a decent, normal interaction with a stranger. And as a result of that, I think I have a new friend, which is super cool. So yeah, anyway, he's a trucker and he drives, and then he does a YouTube channel, which is kind of neat also. And so yeah, there's that. But now I'm burning up hot because it is very hot outside, and I'm hoping that as I get closer to Colorado, it'll start to cool off. In the meantime, I gotta go get some gas. So let's go. Okay, back on the road we go, and back up to this highway. Okay, so driving through West Texas where there's absolutely nothing, and all of a sudden I was reminded of the West Texas winds as I was driving out by a field of nothing, and a gust of wind just hit me. Wow. I'm awake now. Woo! I was getting to that highway hypnosis stage, and all of a sudden, poof, like 5 cups of coffee. Boom! Okay, that was fun. Like, it just looks like this. There's like nothing that should be causing me to be distressed. That was a huge gust. Woo! And it had like a dust cloud. Wow. Super fun. Not really. Super not fun. Yeah. I'm about half a tank right now. I'm probably gonna pull off at the next gas station that I see just to top off. But, yeah, I think it's time after that. Okay guys, I found an Allsips. Let's stop here and stretch and get our wits about us. Whew, just in time. I still have half a tank, but again, I don't like to go through West Texas with anything below a half, so I'm gonna make sure I'm prepared because there is nothing out there for long stretches sometimes, and I'm not trying to play that game where it's so hot and then if something were to happen, I don't have enough gas. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. good time to check everything. And this is a pretty loud gas station. It looks as though I have the cord coming in to charge the battery as the battery is being used. So I'm still at 100%, which is awesome. Fridge is riding real good. It's 35 degrees in there. I only had one thing that fell, and I was kind of wondering if that was gonna fall or not. So that's okay, it can just ride there until I get to camp. And I'm gonna go ahead and throw out my trash because I had something liquidy earlier. Okay, there we go. Okay, now that that's done, I can get back on the road. Now, there is something that I kind of noticed that I'm not loving, realistically. Now, I am fleeing Texas, where it is super hot. It's been in the hundreds for a considerable time, and then we had this brief reprieve that made it only in the high 90s for like 4 days. But it's getting back into the hundreds. And with that, I'm noticing that the surrounding areas are also a bit warmer than they have been over the past 3 or 4 days. So I was kind of planning my course in advance, and originally I said I wanted to make it to Tucumcari. I looked up the weather in Tucumcari, and since they came out with the new weather stuff, I noticed that it's looking a bit warmer than I would like it to be for sleepy time conditions tonight. So I looked at Trinidad, Colorado, which is in line with where I'm gonna go. Also, a bit warmer than I would like it to be for optimum sleepy time conditions tonight. So, since I don't have to be at my mountain house retreat until Thursday at about 4, and it is now currently Tuesday, I was kind of thinking maybe I could go where it's a tiny bit cooler, just to get cooled off a little bit. So, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do exactly. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little closer to New Mexico, assess what it feels like when I get there, and then make a judgment call. But I have a backup plan if I do go beyond where I had originally anticipated going. And realistically, it's not that far from where I actually need to be. So I could easily go there and then cool off for like 1 day, and then go back to Cannon City where I'm going to be going for the Mountain House Retreat, and it not be that big of a deal, and actually have a little bit of a reprieve. And it'll also allow me to kind of adjust to the altitude change just a bit, because I'm struggling. I have been struggling with this heat so badly. Now, if you've been with my channel for a while, you know that a few years ago, when COVID was still not yet COVID, I ended up getting very, very ill with what I now know to be COVID. And I've suffered with long COVID symptoms, including my lung capacity really having a hard time. And so when I get to extreme heat or extremely like pollen-y weather, what it does is it really activates that and makes it bad. But also whenever I go into higher altitudes, I struggle a bit more than I used to. So I'm kind of thinking that might be a smart idea to acclimate just a little bit, because whenever it comes to the Mountain House Retreat, I'm going to hit the ground running and zip line and raft and possibly do other crazy things like hiking. And it's all going to be in warmer weather because it's supposed to be in like the 80s there. And so I think that it would do me some good to kind of adjust a little bit first. And I don't know, you just kind of have to think about those things sometimes. I never thought that I'd have those kind of restrictions, and then I got sick and was like, oh, this is my new norm. Good times. And so sometimes it does kind of hold me back a little bit, but I refuse to let it get me. So instead, I just try to figure out how to do it. And yeah, you live, you learn, you adapt, you move on. And so I think that's what I'm going to be considering as I get ready to hit the road again. I got some time to think about it though. So when we get to New Mexico, I'll assess this again. Ooh, fire has definitely taken a lot of Texas roadsides. That's not good. Looks like it jumped the median here even in a couple places. Yeah, this was bad. Ooh, I see it. We're almost there. We are almost to New Mexico. Okay, here we go. Crossing over. New Mexico. There we go, right there. Okay, so we're off of the main highway now, and we're following the map. The shortest distance to Colorado. With that said, this road is paved but still bumpy. But Yeah, we're in New Mexico. With that said, I still have 6 hours if I want to drive to the location that I wanted to go to. That's still a long way to go. I mean, this is still gonna take me toward like Trinidad. So once I get to Trinidad, I'll stop for a minute, I'll assess, I'll look at the temperature again, see how it feels. If it's still kind of bleh, then I'll keep going. 10 o'clock though, that's gonna be pretty late. I don't usually like to go quite that far, but it might be worth it. That thing is huge. It just sounded like a bullet hit my window, and now it's stuck to my wiper blade. That's gonna be something I have to tackle. That's gross. Okay, this is gross. I'm gonna try to get it off of there because I've tried doing everything else and it's just kind of stuck. So I'm trying to get something that I can touch it with. This is not gonna be fun. Oh, it's still moving. Oh no. Oh no. Like clearly it's not okay. Ah. Okay, it's like in there. Oh, gross. This is bad. This is, oh. I can't get it off of there. He's like in there. Oh, it's so nasty. I don't know what to do. Like, I tried to like nudge it off. Nope. I tried to turn on my windshield wipers. Nope. Oh, he's so big. Okay, here we go. Oh gosh, gross. Oh, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, little bug. Oh, I'm so sorry that this is, oh, your body's in half. That's not good. It's not good. Oh, okay, maybe if I turn on the windshield wipers now. Oh, I feel so bad for him. At the same time, it's absolutely disgusting. Oh. Like my windshield is completely nasty already, but okay, it knocked him off. Okay. I'm gonna try to clean this just a little bit so I can see better, but it's not looking so good. No. Well, that was super unexpected. I don't do so well with like stuff like that, and you would think I do because I'm out in the outdoors, but that thing looked like a monster. From the inside, it was just there, and it sounded like a bullet. Like I said, it was just boom. Wow, now I know why. Oh, poor guy. That's never a good way to go. Well, back on the road I go. Thanks, New Mexico. Okay, after that debacle, I'm stopped off at a Family Dollar because I wanted to see if they had a throw. My throw for my van was a little too fluffy, and so it was kind of awkward how it would sit, so I wanted a thinner one, and this is perfect. So, walking, stretching, and gonna look around for a few minutes, see if there's anything else I need. Okay, that was good. I walked around, I found a couple things. I did get the throw. So now my van is complete, and I'm probably gonna need it because I am pivoting and going toward those cooler temps. I am so ready for them. Okay, just as a kind of like demonstration of why I decided that I'm gonna go ahead and drive these extra miles. This is how warm it is currently where I am. This is also how warm it is going to be in Trinidad, Colorado when I get there later on this evening. The temperature's almost perfectly aligned. So right here, currently in Logan, New Mexico. This is what I'm going to be going to. As you can see, much more desirable temperatures, and it's even gonna get a little bit chilly tonight. So I definitely am happy that I made this choice, even though at this moment, my entire lower body is screaming at me going, why are we driving like this again? But you know, sometimes you got to put in the extra work to get to the place that you want to go so that you can enjoy the things that you want to enjoy. And just being able to relax in the cooler temperatures will be nice. And then I can go do all the activities I want. Oh, goodness gracious. I still have about 340 miles to go. Also, guys, I just pulled in to go ahead and get some gas because I still have 345 more miles, and this doesn't look good. Okay, I kind of cleaned the windshield. There's still a little bit of drag on there, but now I have this thing crawling. I'm glad that it didn't get in the van. Wow. Me and the bugs are not getting along today. I'm not sure. And I'm also not sure what the ambulance was doing here. They seem to be dispersing though, so that's good. Yeah, but I got my receipt. I had to go in because the machine wouldn't print. And at the same time, I was just like, no, I don't want to go in case there's actually a problem, but I need to keep up with my receipts. So, I went in and I was just like, I'm so sorry. And the lady was like, it's fine. And I was like, okay. So I have no idea what was actually happening, but that's a very unsettling sight to pull up to, that's for sure. And that's them leaving right there. Still with their lights on. I don't know. Normally whenever they park at like my local Walmart, they park like up front, but their lights aren't on. So I have no idea what's happening. I did grab an Arizona tea out of the back though, so now I can cool off a little bit while drinking something that's mostly water. I kind of got over the drinking of just plain water because my water was kind of warm. This is nice and chilly. So if I can just get it open now. Oh, why is life so hard today, guys? Finally. Okay, now I'm gonna drink a little bit of this so it doesn't spill and pull my map back up and hit the road again. I should have enough gas to make it pretty close. Maybe not all the way there, but close. So maybe I won't have to stop unless it's a stretch break for a while now. Crossing my fingers. Well, this is great. This has been my day all day. Something was up in the road up here. I hit it, and whenever I did, this happened. I doubt the people of Roy, New Mexico will ever see this, but amazing. I was just so freaked out and so stressed because there's not really a good place to sit on this road for me to get down on the ground. And these two kids from Roy pulled over and immediately started helping me. They called their dad. He came out with a different kind of jack. Their coach came, I think their brother. Wow. You know, the world works in a weird way, and I'm on this stretch of highway where I haven't seen anybody in forever. And then all of a sudden, there they were when I needed them. And I have eternal gratitude toward them specifically, but a tiny town, Roy, that has maybe 300 people, and I just met like 6 of them. And they were all so kind, and I appreciate them. And I've got to go get a new tire now. But wow. The world is an interesting place sometimes. I am literally having the worst travel day ever. Although it has been littered with amazing things. Obviously, the big weird bug, that was enough. I could have just had to deal with that because it was bad. And then the tire, because obviously that was horrible. And I'm just trying to make it to like a safe place where I can stay the night. And originally, of course, I wanted to go to the cool air. It's not going to happen. That's fine. I'm okay with that. But I've now gotten to a point where I'm just stressed. And this has got to be one of the most stressful things I've experienced. Not because of necessarily just the tire, but because there's no traffic on this road. There's no shoulder on this road. And then on top of that, this happened. But then as soon as I pulled away, as soon as I was using all this gratitude within me, because I was so thankful and so grateful that those people did come along, and they were amazing. I can't stress that enough. A bird flew into my van windshield and committed bird suicide. And I know it sounds ridiculous. I know that. But I just cannot. Like, I just need a break. All I wanted was to get to cooler conditions and just have one day to just chill. And everything that could have gone exponentially in the wrong direction has, kind of. So I've just had this anxiety, even getting ready for this trip, because you do that once you change things, and then all of this happened. And I know that this is not a typical day, and it's not a day that I'm going to experience every day. And as I watch the road in front of me, I know that there is a beautiful sunset to my side, and I know that there are mountains in the distance, and those things bring me joy. But at this moment, I'm just feeling very defeated, and I think that that's honest. And, you know, I like to keep it positive, but not every day is a positive day when you're doing van life. And there's those glimmers of positivity that have happened today that I've been so eternally grateful for. But at the end of the day, this day is going to end in a Walmart parking lot, camping outside the auto shop, so in the morning I can get a new tire. And it's not going to be roses and sunshine. It's going to be me adapting, adjusting, and, you know, it's kind of fitting. My first night in the van was spent at a rest stop. My first night with the new setup is going to be spent at a Walmart. Not in some grand place, not in some beautiful location, but in a Walmart. But you know what? I think I can be okay with that. Because I'm healthy, I'm alive, and I've had generosity and kindness today from others, and I'm so appreciative. But now I have to figure out how to get to that Walmart. So I guess I'm going to wrap this video up, and we'll pick it up tomorrow. Remember, guys, we're not here for a long time. We are here for a good time. But sometimes that good time is this. It's not always roses and sunshine. And the minute that you start to understand that is the minute that you start to actually understand what van life really is. So till next time, guys.